In the actual paper, however, I completed the quant section in only 22 minutes. I was able to revise the whole quant section around 2 times during the actual paper. It was all because I maintained a formula book. I revised the concepts daily. There is a person out there who's working harder than you for the seat that you want. That should haunt you. Hi, I'm Keshav Sahu. I'm currently pursuing IPM from IIM Rohtak. I'm a partial dropper student. In my 10th board examinations, I scored 92.8% coming from an ICSE background. In my 12th board examinations, I scored 97.2% coming from a CBSE background. Talking about my co-curriculars, I've played cricket on a district level. Other than that, I've represented my school in football. I've played inter-college table tennis competitions, and I've been elected in my school council for 3 times. In my partial drop year, I was pursuing BBA Honours Finance major from SK Somaiya University in Mumbai. Talking about my preparation strategy, as I mentioned, I was a partial dropper student. So I had my college from 11:15 in the morning till 4:15 in the evening. I used to travel by train, so I used to reach my home at around 6 p.m. in the evening. I used to take my nap for around 2 hours, eat dinner, and used to study at around 8:30 in the evening. I used to study from 8:30 till 4 in the morning, taking subsequent breaks in middle. Personally, I do not believe in referring various resources for a particular subject. What I believe is that whatever institution that you have joined, their textbook should be thoroughly done. Their videos should be watched, rewatched to gain conceptual clarity. I believe that once you have gained conceptual clarity and once you have practiced enough questions from whatever institute that you are studying in, I think you'll be good enough to give marks. I will not sugarcoat it up. Life as a partial dropper is going to be tough. You need to give up a lot of things. You need to give up your friends. You cannot go out on college gatherings, on social meets. You need to be very disciplined. You need to study every day. For that, you need to be confident. You need to be confident to a point of delusion. You need to convince yourself that at the end of the year, you will be an IIM student. You will crack the exam. You will be in this atmosphere. I did that. I told myself that at the end of the year, I will be in an IIM. For that, at times you will feel demotivated, and the only source of strength that you can have is the reason why you started it all. The reason why you started preparation will be your only source of motivation throughout this journey. So remind yourself the reason why you actually started all of this. The most difficult subject had to be quants. It was very tough for me to do quants. The time constraint was horrendous. For that, I used to practice quants every day. I maintained a separate notebook that I called my QA notebook, in which I had all my formulas written. Other than that, I had a tough questions notebook, wherein whatever tough questions that I encountered, I used to write it down and I used to write the explanation for the answer. My soft board was filled with quants formulas. I used to revise those formulas almost daily. For IIM Rohtak, during the paper, what I did was I allotted 50 minutes for the quant section itself. In the actual paper, however, I completed the quant section in only 22 minutes. I was able to revise the whole quant section around 2 times during the actual paper. It was all because I maintained a formula book. I revised the concepts daily. I wrote the concepts in a book. I wrote the tough questions in a book, and I was disciplined the whole time. Time management is the most important thing talking about a partial dropper, as you have to manage your time both in terms of your IPM prep and your college prep. So what I used to do was I had my full focus on my IPM prep. Quants being the toughest subject for me, I used to give a lot of time to it. I used to have my weekly goals assigned, wherein I had to make notes. I have to do tough questions, and I have to note it down in a particular notebook, so that when I'm recollecting, when I'm revising, I have everything in a particular order. Other than that, I used to have sticky notes, which I used to stick on my boards. So my whole soft board was filled of notes, so that every time I enter my room, I was recollected by the thoughts of formulas and everything that I was weak at. The IPMAT exam today has become very dynamic and unpredictable. The cutoffs for IIM Rohtak increased by 100 marks this year. That's a lot. So I cannot advise you to take a full drop till the point your CADs are really low and you really need to work on yourself. Personally, I'd advise you to take a partial drop. If your CADs are decent and you have a lot of confidence in yourself, I believe that taking a partial drop, managing your college, managing your studies for IPMAT with college will only have positives. It will enhance you as a person. And believe me, if you've worked 1 year through this rigorous process of taking a partial drop, you will improve as a person. You will improve in areas that you would not have even imagined. Being a student at IPM today requires a lot of pressure handling, and you can achieve a lot of it by just being a partial dropper. So believe in yourself, and if your CAS are decent and you know that you can clear the exam by giving another attempt, partial drop is the way to go. My advice for aspirants will be to be consistent and to cut off everything that can hamper this consistency. Let it be your social events, your social gatherings, or let it be just scrolling through social media. If anything takes your time and makes you addicted to it, you should cut it off, because as aspirants you need to realize that there is a person out there who's working harder than you for the seat that you want. That should haunt you. I think that's the most important thing that you should know, that there's someone who is more hardworking than you, who wants the seat that you want. So be consistent, work hard, give your best shot. Thank you.